Welcome everybody, we are right on the clock. It is currently 10 a.m. As promised, we have the weekly stream. Thank you so much for joining us today as I will be going through the craziness that is myanimelist.net. There is a little discussion that I had, I think, 2 weeks ago with guys in chat, and we were looking throughout the website, and there were a lot of features that I personally didn't agree with. So we're gonna go through what I like to think is suggestions, and we are gonna be talking about it. Essentially, my biggest plan today is for you guys to submit an idea of an anime, and I will go through that anime's page, and we will look at what people recommend, usually that are similar to it, or the basic data that goes in it. At the same time, always keeping an eye on chat, prioritizing the super chat members and the donations. So if you guys want to support the channel, always very appreciated. Otherwise, we are just gonna have a good time, just hang out. I'm not sick. I was very sick last week, so that's why they weren't any episode last week. I'm sorry if you were expecting one. I couldn't really deliver, but I am back and I am much better. So with that being said, I also tried a new bunch of settings on, I'm gonna say it, OBS. So there should be a lot less delay between me reading chat and also catching up with you guys. So super chat unavailable in our country. That's why I prefer Twitch. I hear you. I know it's not the same, but I don't really have an audience on Twitch, and Twitch I feel is always like mostly geared toward games. So I don't know. I feel like I'm more myself on YouTube. We're gonna try that. So what do I think about Kinja no Mago, which I believe is one of the new one from this season? I saw the first episode. Thought it was cool, but I didn't really. I don't know. I need to see more of it. The premise is a little too much for me. You have like a super overpowered character dropped in a world where he can do basically whatever he wants. And we are going to go through what people think is recommendation for it. I think that time I got reincarnated as a slime is a really good one. Isekai smartphone, I mean, for the OP part of it, I guess. But otherwise, I don't know. So, like I said, essentially it's going to be my my take on whatever you guys want to submit through chat. And also, we, like I said, just hanging out and having a good time. A movie that I should watch tonight. I've only watched Your Name and A Silent Voice. If you haven't seen Redline, it's probably my favorite Japanese anime movie. If you want something wacky, there is King of Thorn that's just super messed up. And if you want something a little bit more like heartwarming, I would recommend Patama Inverted. So, Patama Inverted. It's a little bit older movie, but it's super good. Story about a girl that walk into a different world where everything's upside down. It's really interesting. Thoughts on Kono yo no Hate de Koi? Which one is that one again? Kono. I lost it. Kono yo no. I haven't seen this one yet. I heard is whatever. Maybe some people are gonna like it. What's my thought on One Punch Man Season 2? I think it's getting a worse rep than it deserves. I think they're doing a fantastic job. Episode 2 was absolutely amazing. I'm not really sure what people have to say about it, but in my personal opinion, I think they did a really good job. Promised Neverland, super good too, yes. Have I seen Mashiro Symphony? I have. I don't like it all that much. I think it's kind of. Here's the thing, Mashiro Symphony and I think it's R15 is two anime I confuse all the time. I'm not really sure why, because apparently I'm the only one that think they're similar. Maybe it's the art style that's kind of remind me of it. Um, it should be in it. It's based on this one. This one. I'm not. I'm not sure what's the connection that I have in my mind that makes it so similar to it, but Mashiro is the better one of the two. Thoughts on the Grisaya series? I kind of glimpsed upon that on this week's rather. Um, what the fuck? Anime of the week. Sorry. We drew Phantom Trigger, which is a new movie that came out. I haven't seen Phantom Trigger, but the Grisaya series is so good. Excited about Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2? Yes, but I haven't seen Part 1. I started it. Sorry. I started watching Part 1, but I haven't kept up with it. Because last I checked was the cowboy that was after Levi. And that's kind of where I was. I think I saw like the first episode of Season 3. Thoughts on the Shield Heroes last episode? Eh, I'm wondering how they're gonna wrap up all that they have left in 8 episodes, because like that's how much they have left for. Maybe they're gonna do another season after that, because the anime is still ongoing. I would like it to be just wrapped up all together in the lifespan it has left, but I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to do that. I like the new character they introduced, the Philophile Queen, but I don't like the cliffhanger they ended it on. I felt unnecessary, and I don't see the point in having the main character fight her. Opinion on Cells at Work? Oh, you do not want to go there, my dude. I could talk about it for hours. Cells at Work, so good. I am super excited they're having a another season. Uh, I absolutely love all of the medical reference that they have in every episode. I think it's absolutely genius. And if you're a medical enthusiast like myself, it's just one of the reasons why it's so good. What do I think about Fate? Which one? Fate Zero, the whole franchise. I think is really good. There, I guess there is one path that's canon, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite one. I really like Unlimited Blade Works. Did I like the Chunibyo take on me? Yes and no. Oh, that's my phone. BRB. It's all good. um, what was I talking about? That was my wife. She was calling me from work. It's okay. She's gonna leave me a message, and I'll check it after the stream. I was talking about something. Cells at work. Then I move on to something else. Simon with a donation. Anime with the most heartbreaking and brutal scene, like ReZero episode 15 REM stuff, or probably the scene that affected me the most that I would consider like heartbreaking. Uh, the ending of Assassination Classroom. It absolutely shredded me. And even like years after I've seen it, I still haven't recovered from it. Sometimes I just like to go back and rewatch it because it's so poignant. Um, Tucker's chimera in Fullmetal Alchemist is really touching, but I feel it would have had more effect if we had seen more of the character before it got to the point. The fact it was all condensed in one episode didn't really allow me to get like really attached to the characters. Um, the REM stuff in episode 50, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it. I think was good. Yeah, no, I don't really have a problem. It just didn't really connect with me. Um, Recently, one anime that made me cry was Run with the Wind. I think it's episode 21. If you haven't seen this anime, it is so good. It became like one of my favorite. It's a sports one, so it's about running and everything, but it is so worth the investment. Kazugatsu Yoyu Fura Teru. It's a story about a guy that recruits 10 people that has, well, except one, 10 people that hasn't really ever ran before. And they are trying to apply for a really, really big marathon, but it's like a relay race. They have to go through a whole mountain, and every leg of the race is 20 kilometers, and they have to run it. I could talk about it for a long time, but really pick this one up. It has such good insight on a lot of parts of life, especially if you're in your mid 20s or early 20s. It's gonna really hit home for this one. Did you cry on Angel Beats Yui scene? Yeah, absolutely. I was more invested in the Yui scene than I was with the actual ending of Angel Beats. The Yui scene made me cry, but not the ending. So I think it's the song. I think it's the song that really reached me. What are your thoughts on the second Heaven's Feel movie of it's I haven't seen it. I'm not sure if it's any better. It takes me a while to actually get to movies because I don't pirate them online, so I have to wait until they're um, out, and it's a little trickier for me to like actually see them. Um, did I cry when I was watching Anohana? Not so much. Anohana was alright. It had its moment. I never really got invested too much into Hana, but I do see it as an absolutely great anime, and a lot of people like it. It just wasn't for me. Favorite anime opening? Hard to say. The one I would say is the best. My favorite one, probably because of the soundtrack and everything. Steins Gate. I also really am fan of Food Wars opening, and Mob Psycho has a really good one, both season one and two. Yeah, that's about it. Those are my favorite ones. Batum also had a really cool song. I like it. Fix some of the image for the listing. Not really sure what you mean. Did you cry on the last episode of Your Lie in April? No, because I haven't got to it. I think I got to episode 18, a little bit, maybe a little bit before that. I think maybe 14 or 18. I haven't finished the anime yet. Um, what about Akame Kill? That was pretty brutal too. Akame Kill made it really hard to get invested in characters, especially a character that was like gonna meet its demise. Because at one point you're like, okay, everybody's gonna get it, and I don't know. I didn't hate it. I liked I like the ending more than the average person, but I still get why it upsets a lot of people. Am I caught up on Fairy Tail? Yes and no. I know some of the key points, but I haven't watched it. Karakuri Circus. Do you think it's good? I think it's really good, but not a lot of people have seen it. Oops, trying to write it. Um, yeah, I don't think it deserved that score. I think it's a little bit better than that. Um, since it's still ongoing, I'm waiting until it's done airing so I can actually watch the whole thing in one go. Did I shed tears on Clanad? No, because this is gonna piss off a lot of people. I don't like Clanad. Season one really, really pissed me off. Um, I felt like I feel like season one is not necessary for the story. After story, super good, but season one really kind of lengthened things for no reason. I guess they want to make you attach to characters more, but I felt like a waste of time for me. What's my absolute favorite anime? That would be Cardcaptor Sakura. Also, really up there is Hunter x Hunter 2011 and Hitman Reborn. Thoughts on Knights and Magic? That's a recent one, right? Knights and Magic 2017, yeah. Um, don't have a lot of it. don't have a lot of thoughts on it. Mechas anime aren't really my jam usually, so I tend to not really care much for them. I'm told this one's pretty good, but I don't know. I would need to like get convinced into watching this one more. What do I think is the best reverse harem anime? Probably La Corda d'Oro. It's super underrated, and I think it's really good because it's a story about a girl that plays violin, and she meets with like multiple guys that all play a different instrument, and they all end up having like duet with her. So on a musical standpoint, it is terrific. Romantic side, yeah, not so much. There's a lot of pussyfooting around. It's the same thing with like every harem ever. So uh, it's more about magic and building. Okay, then maybe I could have a better a better time like watching it. Um, I came back Mal last week. I updated me list. I see this like what did something happen? No, nothing happened. It's just like I have a very critical mind, and I feel like sometimes people do stuff that I disagree. Like, no, I don't think Yume Hiro Patissiere is a good recommendation if you've watched if you like Kinero, well, like Cordadoro. Um, However, Utano Prinsama is a good recommendation. So this one kinda. This one is a little bit of a stretch. I don't feel like you would watch one and get the same vibe you would in this one, and that's basically what I'm trying to do on my anime list. Just complain a lot. This is just an excuse for me to complain. Um, Recommend me an underrated anime from the 90s. Okay. Have you seen um, Here and There, Now and Then? Here and There. 99 to 2000. It fits the threshold. It's a 90s anime. It's kind of underrated. Not a lot of people have seen it. I think it's really good. So you could have a shot at that one. Uh, World God Only Knows My Thoughts. It's alright. I think it's one of the better anime from Men Globe that they did. But at the end of the day, is another harem rom com, which I don't really get invested too much in. I feel like not a lot happens, and I feel harem rom com. I'm good. I'm good watching the first episode and the last one, and just creating the path myself from how they got to one another. Uh, just watch Golden Time. What do you think about it? A really good romantic anime. Probably not my favorite, but absolutely up there. If you have not seen Lovely Complex, this one is my favorite romantic anime. I think they would put Golden Time in here. Toradora, I agree. Community Totoroke, kind of, yeah. Bokurai, never watched this. This is so bad. It's such a piece of garbage. I hated every seconds of it. Bokura Gaita is an anime about jumping to conclusion and like lack of communications and just misunderstanding, and it's absolutely horrendous to watch. It's a train wreck and it's stupid and the ending is just garbage. Overall is I hated every second of it. What's my favorite isekai besides Shield Hero? Maybe ReZero? I mean, Digimon's pretty good, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Do I hate Tomaru as an anime or just the character? A little bit of both. I think the character makes it really unsufferable, but the anime in itself is alright. I mean, I get why people like it, but they could have made it like at the very least decent if it wasn't for Umaru that's just painfully there all the time. Am I excited for the second season of Danmachi? Absolutely. I think it is going to be one of the best anime of the year. If they don't fuck it up, which I don't think they would, but you can never be too sure. Um, Best ecchi anime, I'm just gonna recommend most Lewd, High School, DxD, Maso HH, Okusama ga Tokaicho, Shinmai Maun Testament, and my favorite, Yuragiso no Yuna. Best ecchi anime, personally, here's the thing. I don't really care for like seeing boobs on the screen all the time. What I really like out of ecchi anime is the comedy, is like sexual comedy stuff like uh, Yamada's first time Bigara Echike, Seitokai Yakuindomo, or Koe de Oshigoto. Those are really in my wheelhouse. Like fuck, what was it called? The censoring one. I'm drawing a blank. She wear panties on her head. She's a vigilante. You guys are gonna have the title, I'm sure. She's got long black hair. She's Shimoneta. That's the one. Thank you. So these are kind of more in my wheelhouse than just like High School DxD where you see boobs all the time. Am I happy with Dororo 2019 as an adaptation? Yeah, I'm really happy with the way they turned it. I think it's a really cool reboot. If you've seen the original from the 60s, well, it's an anime from the 60s, so I'm not sure you can expect a lot. But what they did, I think they really turned it around and made something really shiny, and it tells the story in a better way for me. Thoughts on the anime Rizal Mine? Never thought someone would bring that up. Rizal Mine is alright. It's kind of older. I feel like if you're gonna watch this, you're better off watching Rosen Maiden. No one brings it. All right. Um, or Chobits, because like it, the premise is kind of like it's been done. Not sure who did it first, but it's been done before, so I don't know. It's a little bit underrated. Maybe that's its appeal, the fact that it's so obscure and everything. What apps or website do you recommend for watching anime? High Dive has a really good platform, but their library can be a little bit limited. Um, Crunchyroll has a really big library of anime, but I'm not a big fan of their like playbacks, the streaming in itself. The Funimation store, Funimation has like probably some of the best anime titles. So if you're looking for like really shows that you're not sure if you're gonna like them, normally they pick up like the best of the best. So yeah, these were kind of like my go-to picks. Um, any recommendation for horror anime? Several. I really like horror anime. So if you want survival horror, Juni Taisen, The Zodiac War and Gaunt's are probably some of my favorite. If you want something like more spookish, another. The title is called Another. Shiki or Ghost Hunt. They have like pretty decent like spook vibes. Thoughts on Space Brother? Absolutely loved it. I think I'm very peculiar when it comes to space anime. I like them done in a specific way, and Space Brother really nailed that. The other one that I can think of that really hit it home for me was Planets or Planetus, or I think it's pronounced in Greek. Planets was really. I think it's a super underrated anime and it's really good. How many anime have I seen through and through? Probably 3,000 different franchise that I know of. It's probably in the realm of 9,000 something. Igurashi, yes, you're right. Absolutely. If you. I kind of left it out because it's more popular and a lot of people have seen it, but if you've never seen Higurashi, it's super good. Greetings from Germany. Greeting to you from Canada. The anime Vendred. What's the first anime I ever watched? Vendred is really good, but I don't think a lot of people would pick it up as a like as an anime to watch nowadays. I don't think it aged all that well. Thoughts on Yamato Nadeshiko Shichiinge? Never thought someone would bring that up. Paradise Kiss, right? No, sorry. I'm thinking about the other one. Um, because it's made by the same people that did Paradise Kiss. I want to say. I'm not sure. Look, I haven't watched this one. I just know of it. It's hard for me to say if it's like super good or not. Seem like a really girly anime. I didn't like. No, I never said I didn't like Space Dandy. I think Space Dandy is great. It's just this is not exactly the same vibe that you would get from Planets and Space Brother. Space Dandy is more like comedy and well, there is some action, but um, Planets and Space Brother have a more dramatical vibe on them. Thoughts on Wotakoi? I really like it more than I thought I would. Um, I think the otaku adult is a little bit overbearing for the anime, but it's the premise of the show, so I get it. Um, I prefer Wotakoi than Neji no Susume because Neji no Susume is just uh, I couldn't get behind like all of the coincidence. It felt way too stretched for me. Hey Misty, why do you dislike mecha anime? I've never been much of a like boyish boy who like that is into robots and stuff like that. So, I mean, I like trains, but that's as boyish as it gets for me. Um, I don't know. I think robots. There's some that I like. I like Gurren Lagann. I like Code Geass, but it has to have more than just be robots. Uh, June Kevis, thank you so much for the donation. Hi, Misty. I hope you're doing well today. I am. I'm very good now. I was really sick last week. Hey, there's a squirrel outside. I was doing really poorly last week, but I'm rallying up a little more. My voice is a little bit still kind of iffy, a little bit more on the deeper side, but what you gonna do about it? Salut, je me demandais si tu connaissais un bon spot à Montréal pour des anime manga et du merch d'anime et manga. Someone asking if I know a good place in Montreal for buying anime slash manga and merch of anime and manga. Um, yes, if you go to Chinatown in Montreal, there is a few stores there that sell stuff, but your best bet is usually to wait until Otakuton because that's when like you get a lot of good deals from the dealers all and everything. So I'd say wait for Otakuton. It's usually around August. But if you're super impatient, then going into Chinatown, you can find a few stores that sell stuff. What got you into anime? It's a little bit of everything. I saw Cardcaptor Sakura that was playing on TV when I was a teenager, and that was kind of my gateway into it. Also, the fact that every day I had to take the bus for like 2 hours, so I would watch anime because all of my friends would be like in the next town over. So I would stay alone a lot at home, so I would watch anime instead. Thoughts on Sora no Otashimono, Heaven's Lost Property? Good, really good for the first two seasons. The movie is absolute dog shit, and I regret watching it. I I didn't mind the art style. I didn't care for it to be different, but I absolutely hated the fact that they literally skipped the whole story and you got a garbage ending out of it. Oh, je savais pas que tu parlais français. Tu vis au Québec? Yes, yes, I am from. Someone asking. Well, someone saying that they didn't know I speak French, then asking if I live in Quebec. Yes, I do. I live in a tiny town called Cowansville that's about an hour away from Montreal. Sorry. Girl Bravo is the best classic fan service anime. Nah, Girl Bravo's kind of garbage. I think To Love Ru is more so like the best classic fan service anime. Thoughts on Ghostic? Really cute, very fun show. A little bit girly-ish, but I think that's what makes it so appealing. Did I watch Magical Girl Special Ops Asuka? I saw the first episode and I fucking hated it and I dropped it. Thought on the style of Made in Abyss. I think it's gorgeous. I think it looks really good. What do I think of Bonin Exam though? Super good, super underrated. I think it's probably don't well. I'm gonna go and say it. I think it's one of the best net anime ever made. What do I think about Pumpkin Scissor? Oh shit, that's a title no one brings up. Pumpkin Scissor was okay. It's a military anime, and they tend to be like a little bit hit or miss for me. Pumpkin Scissor kind of was more on the miss side. Mm. Rosario Vampire rocks, absolutely. That's a dude that got good taste. If you have never seen Rosario Vampire, I highly recommend you pick it up. Um, yeah, no, the girls are so good in it, and there's like action and everything's super well balanced. Love it. Can you recommend some tragic anime? Sure. Tokyo Magnitude 8.0 is an anime about an earthquake that struck Tokyo, and a girl, I think she's about like 12, and she's out with her brother when it happens. It is wonderful. It's a really good one. Another tragic anime that I can think of. I mean, Anohana is a good one. Plastic Memory kind of is a little bit dramatic. You could say Your Lie in April. Um, yeah, these are like the. I mean, Angel Beats is also in there. Take a pick out of these. Um, what do I think about Kato Saintel? Oh shit. Um, I think Kato Saintel is a really good one, but no one is willing to pick it up, and I don't know if it's because they think it's too girly or if it's too old or it just didn't. If you don't know, I like to think of Kato Saintel as the reverse version of The Angel. If you don't know, Kato Saintel is about like a thief girl um, that normal girl during daytime. During at night, she is possessed by the Robin Hood. It's still stuff. It's essentially the Angel, but with a girl instead. I like it. I like it. I thought it was really great. It's a little. It's from the '90s, so I don't see anyone willing to pick it up. But I like it. I like it a lot. I gotta go. Have a great day, Misty. To you too, my dude. Spice and Wolf is a great money economic anime. Yeah, but if you really want to show focus on money slash economics, um, I think a better one is C, the possibility of soul and money control. The title's super long. C, the money of soul and possibility control. This one. It's about like stock market and money management, and is I honestly I didn't get it. It was too smart for me, and I I lost a lot of thing in there. I watched it all. I watched every episode, but I just like I got lost so far in there. I was like, this is too deep for me. I need something like Kaiba or Code Geass. I don't see how Kaiba or Code Geass is anything like one another. Um, an anime like, if you haven't seen A Promise to Neverland, you have like this kind of mind game in it that has the same thing in Code Geass. When Outs is really good, but it's about baseball. Uh, Trying to read through a bunch of chat at the same time. Slayer versus Zero no Tsukaima. I would pick Zero no Tsukaima just because of the more focused romantic aspect on it. But if you want just action, I think Slayers has Zero no Tsukaima beat it. Top favorite isekai anime. I don't. I don't really know. Probably Log Horizon, Re:Zero, and at the top, the Rising of the Shield Hero. These are the ones that come to my mind. Sorry. Anime that make you laugh uncontrollably. There are several. Koei de Oshigoto is probably the one that made me laugh so hard I had to make a top 10 out of it and just put it at the top. Another one that really hit it for me was Tonari no Seki-kun. This one, I think it's so stupid it's funny. Baka to Testo Shokanju is really good. Made me laugh out loud several times. Of course, Nichijou, Daily Life of High School Boys, Asobi Asobase, they're all in there. They are terrific. Why is Black Clover still running? People are really watching that thing. Because yeah, it's popular. It's very popular in Japan, and it get carries over here. Can't tell. I watched like 20 something episodes, and I still struggle to get attached to the characters. I don't know. What do I think about the Vic Mignogna versus Funimation situation? That is a debate that I would rather avoid, because I'm not really connected to it. Never met Vic Mignogna. I have heard horror story about how difficult he is to work with, and the the things that came out recently about him does like there is some people, if it was about other people, I'd be like, this is impossible, that doesn't fit their portrait. But if like for him, like maybe it could be like that. I feel like there's a lot of témoignages, like testimonies that are, I don't know, I'd rather avoid the whole subject altogether. Favorite baseball anime. Princess Nine is really good. Major is super good. I I think I would put One Out's Cross Game and Diamond Noise like above them, just because for me they brought something more to the baseball than just being baseball. Thoughts on Diamond Noise? I love it. I think it's really good, and I'm super excited to see what they are gonna do with the new season. Do you think Sanji will ever find the All Blue? Probably at the end, or like in the post One Piece era. I'm sure they were gonna be covering everyone's gold. What do I think about the Shield Hero? Absolutely love it. I watch every episode as they come out, and I devour every single one of them. Why the F 20th Century Boys is not released as an anime? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Eventually, they're probably gonna get to it, but probably there's a question of people not wanting to invest in it. Major is so good. Yes, I agree, but it's very long, and a lot of people are not willing to invest 140 something episodes into a series, especially if it's about baseball. I mean, you have to really like baseball. I love Black Clover. Asta isn't as screamy in the dub. The dub is pretty decent. I believe you. I heard that the dub is actually better than the sub version. Uh, what do I think of Konosuba? Konosuba is really good. I would like them to do another season, but I think they're stuck at the movie right now, and maybe we're gonna have another one at some point. Maybe they need more material. I don't know. The comedy is really great, and the characters are fun. I like it. Uh, what happening with your anime? I have stuff that is being made, but it is incredibly slow, and I don't talk about it because otherwise, people would pressure me into releasing stuff that I don't think is ready to be shown. So, hold your thoughts about it. There is something being done about it, but it's probably not going to be what you guys expect. And by the end, I'm not sure if the. I'm trying to phrase this in a way that doesn't reveal what I'm trying to keep covered. Um, we have something, it is being made, but not to the extent people are probably expecting. So keep waiting is all I can say for now. Because here's the thing, there is no more financing for the anime. The anime has got completely shut down. Everything that's being made for the last year has been through my own pocket, and simply because I am willing to do something about it. Um, but as you can expect, people that work in the animation industry like to be paid for their work. So since I don't make a lot of money, it is incredibly slow. So that's why it takes forever. Uh, do you recommend Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra? Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think, is a better story altogether. I not to take anything away from Korra, but I like Avatar better. Uh, thoughts on the anime and manga Monster is one of the best of all time. He's making a chibi of its anime? No, no, I'm not. That would be. I think that would be really upsetting a lot of people. What are some anime that you think should get a second season or a continued season? There's a lot. I wish I wish Koei Oshigoto that I talked about earlier. This one, I wish that would get a either a reboot or like a sequel or anything like that. I want more of Cardcaptor Sakura because I'm fucking pissed with the way they ended like the clear card arc. So I don't know, Madhouse, do something about that. Do I watch or read Berserk? If so, know anything similar? Love the video. I do not read Berserk. I'm waiting for it to be done because I'm gonna read it all in one go when I do. But I do know Claymore and Gungrave are kind of similar-ish. So if you want to pick something like that, I'd suggest these two. Best enemy similar to Berserk, Claymore, probably. I don't. Feels the vibe. I want more laid back camp. I think they're making another season. I think I heard Euro Camp Delta is getting a sequel in sometimes. It is gonna get one. Do you love lollies? Not in a gel time way, but I like him. I like lollies in a moe way, like sweetness and lightning way. Any good anime similar to Ice Shield 21? It's the only one about American football, but for good sports anime, I would say Overdrive, maybe Prince of Tennis if you're into tennis. From the top of my hand, Running with the Wind was really good. These are the ones I would recommend. Your Camp will get a season 2 and a movie, so there you go. Thoughts on Bungo Stray Dogs? I did not expect it to be as popular as it is. I'm not too much into detective slash investigation stuff, so I haven't watched past the first season. What do I think about Kuroko no Basket? I think it's a really good basketball anime, but I think Slam Dunk has the edge over it. I mean, Kuroko no Basket is more flashy and colorful and better animation and everything, but the story in Slam Dunk is better for me. Still waiting for No Game No Life season 2. That's never gonna happen, so don't wait too long for it. What about Liar Game? Liar Game is really good. I wish they would get an anime made out of that, but don't give it the treatment that King Game got because that's a train wreck I don't want to bring back. What do I think about a new Code Geass movie coming in May? If they don't fuck it up, I'm all for it. So yeah, I look forward to that. Episode 80 of Black Clover, the last scene was awesome. Believe you, I'm only episode 20, so I think there was a lot of potential for the show. Why won't No Game No Life season 2 happen? Because the author had a controversy happen and it killed the story in manga slash light novel, and I think because of that, the producers slash creator of the anime don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. So that's the last I heard. They made the movie because it was already ongoing when the controversy happened, and it had material, but after that, I'm not so sure. So overall, from what I've heard, there won't be a sequel to No Game No Life. Jun Kevis with a donation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Thoughts on Blast Rider? Blast Rider was alright. I mean, not a show I go out of my way to recommend, but I didn't hate it. Thoughts on Boruto? Never watched Boruto. I ended with Naruto, and I was okay with that. Moses with a donation, $10. Thank you so much. You guys are really pulling through for me. I appreciate it. Thoughts on Grand Blue? Love the comedy, love the visuals. The girls a little bit stuck up, so I hope they would like take the broom they have in their ass and take it out. But I don't know. Overall, it's a really fun show. Thoughts on Silver Studios? Let me. What did they do? I don't. I was gonna look it up, but they don't show by studio. Give me a title that they did, and I'll look it up. Um, have I read the Drifting Classroom? I don't read a lot of manga, so no, I haven't read that one. What do I think of Kwanzi I think it's a really good one. Probably my second favorite Chinese anime after Kwanzi Gaoxiao, which is King's Avatar. What about Classroom of the Elite? It is one of my favorite show, and I wish they would make a second season. So to go back to the question earlier of which show I wish would have another season, Classroom of the Elite, I would like to see more of. Do I like Ruby? Yeah, but I've only seen up to season 3, I think. I was up to watch season 4. What was the controversy? I don't recall. I think it was something illegal. I think it might have been something like the author pirated copied some like a premise from somebody else, and it was something fishy. I don't know. I can't tell you. You can probably look it up. Look up like the controversy of No Game No Life, and you're gonna find something about it. Thoughts on Noblesse? A really good manhwa. Wish they would make an anime about it, but there's not a lot to go on. Do you know the manga Holy Land? No, I do not. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't read or seen what it was about. What do I think of the Tales series? The games, absolutely amazing. The anime, some are good, some are bad. My favorite Tales anime would probably be Tale of the Abyss, but Tales Symphonia is also up there. Know any good card game themed anime? There is a few. There is Yu-Gi-Oh! That's of course a classic. I'm told Card Fight Vanguard is really good, and one that I really like, but it's not so much focused on the cards game. Is Selector Infected Cross. I think is a really good one. Uh, what is this stream about? Mostly me hanging out with chat, but also talking about the My Anime List website where people just give recommendation and I complain about it, like Eurocamp Delta. Like, let's find out. Let's see what they have to say about anime that are similar to Eurocamp Delta. If I don't see Yama no Susume and what else would I put in there? Yama no Susume is like one that is glaringly similar. There you go. All right. Nanan Biori, yeah. I guess you're gonna have like a similar vibe for this one. Manchu, a little bit. Area, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't put Area so much. Long Riders, definitely not. Flying Witch, nah. Keihan, fuck no. Shoujo Shimatsu, a little bit, yeah. But I get distracted by chat a lot, so that happens a lot. Do I play Fate Grand Order? No, I tried it, and I didn't really want to spend too much time slash money on it, so I don't play the game. You want to hear my thoughts on Eurocamp? I think it's one of the best anime of 2018. And as far as like healing anime goes, I think it's a better one of the better ones. Have I heard of the manga Real Account? I have not. No, I have no idea what it is. Do I like Onichichi? Yes and no. Onichichi is a hentai, by the way. Yeah, I'm not gonna go on the page because I don't want this stream to be demonetized. But uh, is that alright hentai? Have I seen Denpa Kyoshi? Yes, I like it. I think it has a really good bunch of insight to give for students, and I think it has a good teacher slash student relationship. How is my family? Really good. Jess is working right now. She was sick. She caught exactly what I had last week, so she's been under the weather a little bit. Skyla is good. We had to go to the hospital yesterday, but it was for a medical test. And Misty is great. Misty is always great. Have I seen Zetsu no Tempest? I have. It's a little tricky to get into, but I think it's a really good one. Thoughts on Black Rock Shooter? Fucking love it. I think it's a really good anime. Black Rock Shooter is a show about friendship, but it's kind of dark. It's about like mental illness and little like getting sucked up in your own mind. I think it's really good. Yes. How do you feel about Data Life and Assassination Classroom? Data Life, don't care too much for it. Assassination Classroom is probably one of my favorite anime of all time. Silverlink Studio has Kenja no Mago, Strike the Blood, Baka to Test, and Arm Girl Machiavellis. Kokoro Kone. Okay, so in that order, Kenja no Mago, I need to see more of it. Strike the Blood, don't really care for it, but I understand the appeal. Baka to Test, really good. Arm Girl Machiavellism is alright. And Kokoro Connect, super, super good. So, yeah, I like their studio. They do a lot of good stuff. What do I think about the Rising of the Shield Hero? I think it is a really good one. And I like it a lot, and I watch every episode, and I always talk about it, so I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. Anime with Greek mythology other than Danmachi and Campion? Dude, you take out pretty much everything there is. Let's find out. Let's find out if there is anything that can be brought up. Da, da, da. I don't think you're gonna get anything besides these two. I'm trying to think. Like I'm going through these to see if they're gonna spark my memory. Maybe. No, I can't think of anything. Greek mythology is not really so much used in. Am I watching Carol and Tuesday? Absolutely, I love it. I haven't seen episode 3. I'm not sure if it's out at the moment. What is my favorite anime studio? It's probably Madhouse. Sorry, I'm gonna be gross for a second. I need to blow my nose, and I don't want you guys to hear this, so I'm gonna mute the mic for a second. All right, and we are back. This is the perk of getting sick all the time, so apologies for this. Do I think Classroom of the Elite is getting a second season? I don't know. I wish it does. You never really know what's gonna get with something and what's not, so depends on how much material they have and how popular it is. Top five favorite anime. Number five, I'm gonna put uh, Food Wars. Number four, Assassination Classroom. Number three, Hitman Reborn. Number two, Hunter x Hunter, and number one, Cardcaptor Sakura. What's my opinion on the King's Avatar? I'm looking forward to season two. It's coming out this summer, I believe, so I want to see more of that. What type of genre you're not a fan of in general and in anime? I don't like harem. I don't like mechas, and drama is a case by case. If it's too much of it and just focus on that, I hate it. But I I do believe it can add a good spark to some show. What do I think about Futariwa Predicure? The whole Predicure franchise is whatever. I feel like it's more. I think Futariwa is probably the better ones of the Precure. but it's still a kid show at the end of the day, especially aimed towards girl. Futariwa was probably the best pre-cure for me. Do I like the One Punch Man season 2 so far? Yes, absolutely, and I think people are way too hard on it. What's my opinion on Gingan Nagaraboshi Gin? Silverfang? Silverfang's super good. It's a little bit older though. Musical anime. There is a lot. Carol Tuesday is the one that I'm currently into. I talked about La Corda d'Oro earlier. Musical anime besides that. Hibike Euphonium is really good. Yeah, that's what comes up to my mind. Um, I didn't even realize One Punch Man season 2 was out. There's only 3 episodes out at the moment, and I think is really good. Mm, thoughts on K Project? It's whatever. I think it's really beautiful visually, but the story is a little bit lacking for me. What do I think about Akata Tonkatsu Ramens? It's alright. I just don't care much for it. Thoughts on Black Cat? Really liked it. Have I watched Hikaru no Go? I have. I don't know. I have an appeal for like anime based on games, and Hikaru no Go was fascinating in its own way. Thoughts on Psychopaths 3? Again, Urobuichi is not the one writing it. It's probably going to be different. Not sure if it's going to make it worse or better. Probably worse, but hopefully it doesn't show too much. Do I like Andro? I'm coming around with Andro. I think it's probably not the anime of the year for sure, but it has its moment. Planning to a trip to Japan. Where do I visit? I've only went to Japan once in 2015. Depends what your personal interests are. If you're only going to Japan for because you like anime and manga, then you probably want to visit Hakihabara. But besides that, there is a lot of cool thing to experience culturally. Um, Baseball is really big in Japan, so Jess and I went to a baseball match, and it was a really cool experience. Temples, the national park is all a bunch of cool things that you can visit, so I recommend those. Sorry for this ego request, but thoughts on my top 5: ReZero, Fullmetal Alchemist, Rurouni Kenshin, Hikaru no Go, and Violet Evergarden. These are all terrific choices, my dude. If you mean Fullmetal Alchemist, I I prefer Brotherhood than the original. Not sure if you just omitted to say it, but I didn't like the original as much. Rurouni Kenshin is a classic. Ikaru no Go, I see the appeal, so I totally get it. And Violet Evergarden, beautiful, a little bit slow for me, but it really drives the feeling. So again, yeah, it's a top choice, my dude. Are you Canadian? Yes, I am. Thoughts on Sarazanmai? Which one is that one again? Sarazanmai. It's a new one, right? Oh, it's the Kappa one. I don't know. I tried watching the first episode, and it felt really heavy on the culture aspect, and I didn't care for it. But that might change depending on how it goes. I'll see when there's more material for it. Thoughts on 3D Kanojo? That's the 3D Kanojo Railgirl. Oh, it's all right. It's, I don't think it deserves the bad rep it has, but the main character is a little bit unsufferable. The girl is all right. The girl's cool, but the main character is kind of a dick. Paul with a $20 donation. Whoa, that's fancy, my dude. Misty, keep doing what you're doing. I really enjoy your content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you guys like watching my shows and swinging by and still hanging out with me during live streams like this. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting the show. Uh, I love Hikaru no Go and know fucking less to nothing about Go. Yeah, that's usually how it normally starts. Normally, by the end, you get a better understanding of the game. Hopefully, I mean, 60 something episodes. You hopefully you pick up some of the game along the way, but yeah, it started off usually this way. Kind of the same thing with Sangatsu no Lion. March comes in like a lion. Usually, people start watching it and they don't know a lot about shogi, sorry, and by the time you get to the end, you get a little better at it, even though like the focus is not essentially on that. Hey Matt, have you seen Street Fighter 2, the animated movie? And if so, your thoughts? I have, but a while back. Thank you for the donation, by the way. Street Fighter 2. Let's see if it's. Yeah, it's the movie from. I didn't. I feel like it's a so bad it's good kind of deal on this one. I like the game. I like Street Fighter 2. Uh, my main was Ken, and don't judge me. But the movie, look, I saw it, but like probably early 2000 in the 90s. I don't remember a lot about it. I think I remember the fight against M Bison at the end, and that was kind of cool, but I really don't recall a lot about it. Have I ever watched an anime called Your Lie in April? I watched up to episode I think 14. We talked about it earlier in the stream. It's a good anime. I got a message from Skype. We cool. Totally agree. The Street Fighter 2 movie is real good. Which anime has the best story for me? Card Captor Sakura is really up there. Hunter x Hunter is also in there. Assassination Classroom has a good all around story, and it doesn't drag too long. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood also has a really good one. Those are the main ones. Nice to see some fellow Claymore fan. The ending of the anime sucked. Yeah, because I believe the manga was still ongoing when they made it, so they didn't have the official material to go on. They just had to put something in there. What are my thoughts on Sakuraso no Pet Nakanajo? It's a really good show. Characters are fun. I mean, the main girl character is a little bit in her own head, but it makes for some fun interaction. The ending of Claymore is so unsatisfying. I agree. Yeah, no, definitely, it didn't deliver what the manga had. But again, it's because like, let's see, just want to make sure what I'm saying is accurate. The anime ended in 2007, while the manga was ongoing until 2014. So you can probably guess why they didn't know shit how it was gonna end, and they just had to make something. Maybe one day we're gonna get a reboot. I hope so, but we're gonna have to wait and see because the anime just didn't really deliver. What do I think about live action show of romance anime slash manga like Good Morning Cal? I don't really watch live action shows, especially those that are in Japanese. I know there's an audience for them, but I'm just not part of it. Have I seen the Ultimate Teacher movie? Also, Scott McNeil from before DBZ. The Ultimate Teacher movie. I don't think I have. Ultimate Teacher. Is that it? I have not seen this. Seems like it's pretty garbage, but I don't know. No, I haven't seen it. Um, I started reading JoJo and it's amazing. Yeah, the manga for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is phenomenal. Uh, any recommendation that has the same vibe than the Monogatari? Well, let's find out. Let's go to Bakemonogatari. I would say Durarara and Katanagatari. I mean, kind of. Foregairu to a certain extent. Arakawa is good, but I don't feel like it has the same vibe for it. Yeah, the Tatami Galaxy would be something like that. I would put. Mawaru Penguin Drum is super good, but I don't feel like it has the same vibe as the Monogatari. And Durara, there it is. Yeah, yeah. I think Durara would be like something that you find has the most similar vibe with. Kaguya-sama is pure gold. I agree. I think it is uh, super good. A penny for your thoughts on Gundam 00. Uh, Gundam 00 is probably my favorite Gundam of them all. I've seen a lot. I've seen Destiny. I've seen Seed. I've seen Iron Blooded Orphan. Iron Blooded Orphan was really good, but Gundam 00 was probably my favorite of them. Just because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack really made it work for me. Overlord is the best isekai. Yeah, Overlord is all right. I'm not gonna fight. I see it one of the best. What do I think is the best anime for this season? For the spring season, without a shred of a doubt, Carol in Tuesday is my number one pick. Survival anime with a yandere like Future Diary or Akuma no Ro. The only one I can think of that also feature a yandere is Danganronpa. Um, what are my thoughts on the upcoming Vinland Saga anime? That's the samurai one, right? Isn't it? Historical, yeah. I look forward to it. I saw the trailer for it. It looked amazing, so I think it's gonna be really good. Um, Now I remember it's Campione. I think it has Greek mythology in it. Yeah, but it also the person that said that didn't want Greek mythology either in Danmachi or Campione. So that's why you got cock block on both of these. What are my thoughts on Log Horizon? Log Horizon wasn't what I expected, but I liked it regardless. It's more like on the technical aspect of a raid in a video game rather than the actual action in itself. So I like Log Horizon. I plan to watch Carol on Tuesday altogether once it finished, but this is making things a lot harder. Carol and Tuesday is absolutely gorgeous. The soundtrack is one of the best I've seen in anime, period. So I really like the fact that they decided to go for an exclusively English score where the lyrics are all in English. And the fact that the people that are singing it aren't like broken Japanese accents singing English, they're proper people speaking English, I think is it makes the anime work so well for me. What are some light novels that should get a second season that aren't as well known as No Game No Life? Welcome to the Classroom of the Elite. I think Musaigen no Phantom World could do decent with a sequel, and that's all the light novels I care for. Favorite mecha anime? Probably Gurren Lagann. Thought on Osama Game, King's Game. such potential wasted. The anime is a train wreck of catastrophical proportion. It could have been so good. It could have been so good, and they fucked it up. Misty, do you watch Kenjano Mago this season? I saw the first episode, and I hope you would watch Mao-sama retry. I'm gonna watch everything that's coming out. I usually do. I watch the first episode of everything. Kenjano Mago seem good, but seem like it's Kenjano Mago seems like it's a teenage guy that was like, I want a main character that's OP and everybody likes him and he kicks ass, and that's the story. That's how it feels to me. Uh, is your best girl still Urara Shiraishi? And if so, who's the top five? Oh, this is hard. Um, yes, Urara Shiraishi is still as my best girl. In my top five, I would put the girl from the Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat, um, Rika Takanashi from Chunibyo, obviously. I would put Onodera. No, sorry, not Onodera. The girl from Tsuki Monogatari. I forget her name. That's how much I like her. I forget her name. Ononoki. Yeah, that's the one. This girl, and Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura as a waifu, because she had a big impact in my life, and she was my girlfriend when I was a kid, so get off my back. Thoughts on domestic kanojo? I fucking hate it, and you cannot make me like it. I don't like it. I think it's like remember earlier when I said like dramas, I hate it if it's too much. Domestic Girlfriend is drama for the sake of drama, and it's stupid, and I fucking hate that. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Danmachi or Promise the Neverland? Probably Danmachi because I like the action. I don't know. I like both. Thought on Briggs' favorite anime in the world, Mightiest Disciple Kenichi. It is one of the greatest show. Yeah, absolutely. No, he has a good point. Mightiest Disciple Kenichi is a really good show, and I like everything about it. The Mystic Kanojo is kind of intended to make you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, but that's the point. I don't want to feel that. I don't. I really don't. So that's why I don't like it. I never watched or read JoJo. Do you think I should watch it? If so, from where? You don't have to if you don't want to. JoJo is all about the wackiness and the crazy stuff and just being over the top. So if you feel like this is not for you, then it's not for you. Thoughts on Danmachi Abridged? How to be an adventurer? I haven't seen it. I see a few abridged series. I watch. Up until recently, I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged because it was the original and I really liked it. But now every joke feels like it's. Look, I'm pointing the obvious. And it's just. The script kind of feel weaker for me. It's not as clever as it used to be. Um, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is probably without a doubt the best one. Sword Art Online Abridged is absolutely good, and those are about the ones I keep up with. Thoughts on Joey the Anime Man? He's one of my best friends, so he's all good. I'm not sure what you were expecting. Joey is still to this day one of my closest friend on YouTube, so yeah, no, he's good. What's your favorite figurine that I have? In the back here, probably This one, my favorite one is Lloyd from Symphonia because he is my favorite character, and I still want him for Smash. So Sakurai, if you're listening to my stream, as I expect you to, uh, Lloyd for Smash, do it, or I will come find you and I will cut you with these dual swords. I need Lloyd in Smash, and I will play the game forever. That's my 2 cents for it. Um, uh, Code Geass or Gurren Lagann? Gurren Lagann, probably, because Code Geass was spoiled for me, and that ruined it. What do I think about Tokyo Ghoul and Majin Tentei Nogami Nuro? Tokyo Ghoul, don't really care for it. Nogami Nuro is a fun one, but again, it's a detective anime, and I there is only one detective anime that I like, and it's called Detective Academy Q. The rest of the stuff is, I don't know. I mean, Joker got into Smash, so anything's possible. Yeah, but Joker has a really big following, and while the Tales franchise is really popular and Symphonia got multiple ports, so it would make sense for it to be in it. I'm not sure if there's enough demand for it. I'm keeping my finger crossed. I am gonna not so hard if they do announce it in Nintendo Direct because I really want it to happen, but it's more like wishful thinking than anything. How tall am I? I am 6'5". Normally, I wear shoes outside, which makes me at 6'6", which translates to 2 meter in not imperial units. So exactly 2 meter flat. If you see me in person, I am tall as shit. And every comment that I get from people that meets me in real life is like, "Wow, I didn't know you were so tall." And I'm like, "I know, right? I don't get this all the time, but thank you." Thoughts on Higurashi? Spelling is wrong. No, spelling is accurate. Higurashi is really good. Thoughts on My Hime? Holy shit! Do not get me started on My Hime. It is one of my favorite anime of all time. Definitely top 10 of the best show ever made. Yeah, and if you disagree, you can suck my dick. No, I really like My Hime. It's so good. And I will not shut up about it until people watch it and agree with me. Because I don't see a universe where people don't like My Hime. No, I truly don't. It is the greatest of all time. Absolutely. Seeing you beside Aki was one of the funniest thing I remember. Yes, because Aki is super short. I have a picture that I took of Aki and me in, I think it was Atlanta, uh, where it was basically 5 degrees outside, but it was in no, it was in December. And here in December in Canada, it's like minus 20 something. This is in Celsius, by the way. So it was like super warm for me, but it was super cold for her. So she was wearing a super huge jacket and I was outside wearing like a t shirt. And we took a picture next to each other. And she's like half my size. So it's truly hilarious. Can I sing My Hime opening? No, I cannot sing for to save my life. Really, I wish I could, but I'm just terrible at it. I'm kind of disappointed that Kokoku didn't get enough attention. Mm. Yeah. I mean, it was all right. I saw the first episode, and I promised I would get back to it, and then I just forgot. So I think it's gonna stay this way most likely. Did I see Space Patrol Ruko? Yes, I have. It started kind of mellow, and it built into a really good climax that I did not expect. So, Space Patrol Ruruko, if you're looking for something short but still surprisingly good, pick that one up. Uh, do you have anime opening on your phone? I have a few. Let's find out. What do I have on my phone as opening for? I got a few soundtrack from Angel Beats. That's catchy. Of course, the Yui scene. That used to be my alarm clock because it's so mellow, and I didn't mind waking up to that. Uh, Besides that, I have Evangelion 2.0 because that's epic as fuck. A little bit more from Angel Beats. I have High School DxD. I got Elfen Lied. I got some tracks from Tales. Tale of the Abyss. Fucking love this song. It's so orchestral. I got Tell Symphonia. I got the theme song for True Tears. Besides that, Steins Gate, obviously. I got Hitman Reborn. And You Say Run, because everyone's gotta have it. Also got a soundtrack from Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently. That's a classic. So, oh, and my current soundtrack is of course this one, because this is from Dokuro-chan. Is the phone that she has. It's just sketchy to me. I'm in that mood right now. Thoughts on AMV or as a type of fan art? I mean, there is some AMVs that are absolutely stunning to look at, but I feel like it's wasted like editing skills that you could put to better use. I don't know. I feel like AMV is what Nightcore is to music. Like it doesn't feel original. It feels like you just took something and just cheated it. I feel like if I woke up to an anime opening as an alarm tone, I'd come to hate them. Uh, yeah, there is a few like that, but thankfully, like most of them are just. I pick the ones that are mellow, so they don't alienate me. Free two for me is free two for you. Do you mean like Free the anime? Free is really good. A lot of people like it. I love Elfen Lied, and also Eureka 7 is pretty underrated. Yeah, I agree. Thoughts on XXX Holic, or as it's called, Holic? Holic is a really good one, but I prefer Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle as the counterpart to it. Can you do the say every anime title ever challenge like Joey? I could, but I feel like I would just be stealing his idea, and I'm not about that lifestyle. Thoughts on Gate? Gate's all right. Yeah, Gate's pretty good. I like Seto no Hanayome. That's My Bride is a Mermaid. It is one of the greatest comedy anime out there. Thoughts on the new Makoto Shinkai movie? Is that the weather one? Uh, Or do you mean another one that he... Kodo Shinkai. What you do, my dude? Crossroad. 5 centimeter per second. Darakama Kashi. Ushino Koe. I'm not exactly sure which one you're talking about. But if you mean like the weather one that he announced, I haven't seen it yet. PewDiePie or T-Series? Of course, I'm Team PewDiePie. By the way, you keep talking about Reborn, but what are your favorite character from there? Ah, uh, there's a bunch I really like. I like Gokudera when he's like fighting seriously. I like Lambo from 20 years in the future. That fucking blew my mind. And Reborn's all right. Yamato is really cool when he really gets into it at some point. But yeah, Gokudera is probably my favorite character. Do I have a favorite anime music composer? Not so much. Am I hyped for King's Avatar sequel next season? Yes, absolutely. Do I like Noragami? I don't mind it. Yeah, it's good. What do I think about Japanese anime movie adaptations? They're starting to get better. And Battle Angel Alita is a great example of that. What are my thoughts on Ajin and Demon Slayer? Demon Slayer, I need to see more episodes, but I think I would like it. It reminds me a lot of Owari no Seraph. And Ajin is just really good. What anime make you cry even rewatching it? Overdrive episode 17, Assassination Classroom, the ending, and that's those are the big ones. What's my Mal account? My Mal account hasn't been updated since 2012, so it doesn't really matter. But it should be something like Chronexia. Thoughts on the Mal API being defunct? Mal's website overall is a weird mess. I feel like they care more about adding new data than actually fixing the website, which is like, how hard would it be to put a random button on the website? Seriously, how fucking hard could that be? The fact that I have to install it myself and just have it as an extension, as a user script, it actually boggles my mind. Misty, my mom loves you. Oh, thank you so much. Tell your mom that I love her too. She is great, and I appreciate that she watches me. Just finished watching Redline. What do you think of that anime? It's my favorite movies of all time in anime, so yeah, I absolutely love it. Is We Never Learn good? Yeah. It's a little bit different than the manga. I've only seen the first episode right now because it's currently airing. Uh, I think it's gonna be great. The manga is really good, so I don't see why it would be. Like, I just wish Mal had a dark mode. Yes, yeah, that's another feature. Like, I don't. It's 2019. Why don't you have dark mode already? I see. I don't get it. Like, who's the engineer behind the website, and what the fuck are they doing? Like, it took them what three months to just get the website just basically back online. It's stupid. I fucking hate it. Do I like the movie Summer Wars? Yeah, it's good. Uh, can you send your anime list? No, because I don't keep them as a list. It's all in my brain. That's where I keep it. Am I a dev? No, I'm not. I'm just like an old guy that complains online, as is my right as a internet user. Dororo 2019 or Demon Slayer? I'll get back to you when Demon Slayer ends and it's done airing. Once they're on equal footing, then we're gonna talk about it. What do I think about I Want to Eat Your Pancreas? I haven't seen it. I'm told it is really good. Have I seen the Bleach Rock musical? It's surprisingly cool and it's on YouTube. I have not. I'm not sure if I want to. Um, I feel like musical are really weird, and the one that I really want to see is Hamilton, and it's not playing in Canada, at least not to my knowledge. So I still have to find a way to go and see it at some point if it's still airing by the time I get to it. Thoughts on Gankutsuo? The Count of Monte Cristo, the anime, is phenomenal. I think it's really good for people who want to know the story but don't want to read a book. I think it's. I mean, I don't think the character would look like that in the book, but it's still really good. Favorite cheese? I'm gonna be a pleb and say mozzarella. Brie's good. Brie is really good. Parmesan, if it's done well, I like. And Lambert is also pretty good. What's your most favorite isekai anime? Right now, it's Rising Shield because I'm all about the defense boy. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is good, but not good enough compared to the manga and the light novel. I would expect so. I mean, usually the original material is better. Pineapple or on cheese or not? Pineapple on cheese? What the fuck is wrong with you? There's people that does this? Fruits and cheese should mix together. They really shouldn't. Will you ever come to Europe? More specifically, the Balkan region. I went to Europe. I went to Ireland and London, but the actual mainland of Europe, I haven't gone to. If they invite me, I would love to, but I can only travel to conventions that actually want my ass there. Otherwise, it would cost too much for me to go, and I wouldn't get enough like PR to announce it that I would be there for people to meet me, so it wouldn't be worth it. Uh, did you drop a lot of anime so far this year? I mean, yeah, considering every season I always drop a crap ton of them. Some I actually end up picking back up, but everything that is like now there's a bunch like kids show I don't usually watch. Tsukigakire or Golden Time? That's tough because they're both really good. Pineapple on pizza? No, fuck no. Why would you do this? There is enough topping in the world that you don't need to put pineapple on fucking pizza. Uh, but yeah, probably Tsukigakire because it's more condensed. I don't know. They're both so good. Uh, how much more will this stream last? The stream usually lasts 2 hours, so we're about 20 minutes from the end right now. Thoughts on the reboot of Fruit Basket? Yeah, I'm all for it. I think it's really good. What is a good time travel anime? Erase is good. Steins Gate is really good if you can wrap your brain around it. ReZero's alright. A lot of people like the girl that leapt through time. I don't mind it so much. Drifter is all right, but it's not so much focused on time travel. Chronexia and the Eight Seals real good. You should read the book. But it's not an anime per se. Uh, yeah, I can't think of any other ones that comes to mind. Which anime are you watching currently? I'm watching Carol and Tuesday. I'm watching Mob Psycho 2, Season 2. I am watching Rising Shield. And I'm going to be picking up that time I got reincarnated as a slime because the season ended. I was waiting for it to be done so I could binge it. So as soon as I get a little bit of time, I'm all over that bitch. Best high school DxD girl, Akeno or Koneko? For me, Koneko. Koneko is the only character I feel had some progression. Like, Akeno has always been motherly and she's always been there. She's like, yeah, I got big titties. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Lightning bolts. And that's all she does. Koneko went from hating Issei to actually improving her personality and becoming an actual character, I feel like. So, yeah, I like Koneko more. Can I speak Japanese? Not so much. I mean, if you drop me in the middle of Tokyo, I'll be able to get around. My Japanese, I understand Japanese, but I don't speak it, is the problem. Because I've seen so many anime that I understand the tone and inflection and how sentence works, and I can pick up enough information from them to understand what a person is saying. But because I never speak it back, I don't have the practice I need to actually form sentence properly and make good Japanese talking. I'm bad at it. So I understand if I go to like a place where people speak Japanese, I understand it. I can make bribes of like conversation, but it's just enough to be understood, not really to carry a conversation. What's my favorite anime studio? Probably Madhouse. Ufotable is really good. They really deliver in the quality, so I understand why it's a lot of people's favorite. My favorite voice actor? In Japanese, probably the girl that does God, Megumi. Uh, Han, Megumi Han, right? Yeah, exactly. So she's probably my favorite. Least favorite studio? Oh, I can't really say I have one. I'm probably a studio I don't think made a show. So, like, who did King's Game? I'm gonna blame it on them. King's Game. Seven. So yeah, but they did Okusama Gaseki Kaicho. So what else did they do? Oof. When your best movie is is a hentai, oof, big hoof. Um, yeah. So my worst studio is gonna be this one. There you go. They're hentai studios straight up, straight the fuck up. Yeah, they're the worst. Can you recommend an anime? My Hime, watch it, or I will find you and I will hurt you. Did you watch One Punch Man season two and Love to See You Man? Yes, I'm currently watching it. That's another one that I'm currently watching when it airs. Is Pet Shop of Horror underrated? A little bit, but it's just because it didn't age all that well. no one will really pick it up at this point. Are you a fan of Game of Thrones? And if yes, who's your favorite character? Yes, I am watching also Game of Thrones when it airs. My favorite character is Arya, and it bothers me that she had a sex scene in. Not gonna spoil too much, but she did had a sex scene in the last episode, and I think it's because I've been watching the show since it started in well, was it like 2011, something like that, and it's probably because she was like 11 or 12 when she started, and now she's like 22. I mean, she can do whatever she wants, but it feels like watching your sister do something. It is really weird. But as a character, she's my favorite. How often do you live stream? I live stream every week on Friday from 10 a.m. Eastern time to noon, which is in 15 minutes. So you can do the math. It's 2 hours from now. Oh my god, I love Arya so much, but my favorite characters are Arya and Imp. You mean like uh, Tyrion? Tyrion's really cool. I really like him. But ever since they ran out of like source material, I feel he lost a little bit of his edge. But I like him regardless. Littlefinger, Littlefinger was, oh, he's kind of a dick. Um, so do you read a lot of manga, light novels, since you really watch a lot of anime? No, I don't. I don't read a lot of manga or light novels. I just don't have the time. Between juggling, watching anime, doing videos, um, taking care of my family, and keeping a little bit of time for myself. No, manga is so far below my list of interests that I don't actually pick them up. There is very few that I actually keep up with. Uh, have I seen Alita Battle Angel? I have not, but I've heard really good stuff about it. I'm waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray slash DVD, and it might have, but I haven't got around to it yet. And hopefully, it also comes to Netflix where I can watch it there. If an anime is an original, would it manga still be better? Not necessarily. If I mean depends, because the thing is with material you can always improve upon it. But if the original is an anime, then you'll probably be always better with that one. By the way, thank you for this streaming time. As a Russian, I often struggle with most streamer preferring American audience and time zone. Yours is perfect for me. You're welcome. I'm trying to find a middle ground where it appeals for my Western audience as well. I mean, I understand a lot of people are at school or also working during the weekday, so I'm sure a lot of people are missing out on it. But hopefully, they still manage and or at least watch the playback whenever they can. How did I start watching anime? I fell upon Cardcaptor Sakura on TV when I was a teenager, and that was my gateway into watching more. The anime that moved you the most, the anime I cried the most was Assassination Classroom. What original anime do I recommend? Can't really think of any on the top of my head. Uh, do we have a way to sort them by original? I don't think so. Someone, oh shit. Someone is asking how did I find the Clear Card Captor Sakura sequel. I'm gonna be straight with you. I fucking hated it. I was so disappointed. Here's the thing. I don't get what the fuck they did. They had such a good relationship between Sakura and Shaoran, And he came back and he's like a fucking stranger to her. And now instead they have this other girl. What the fuck is her name? I'm gonna find her real quick. Akiho. What the fuck is up with her? She is such a pain to listen to. She's got the whole "woe is me, I can't make friends because I'm always moving." They turned Cardcaptor Sakura, which was originally a fantasy adventure anime, into a slice of life, pussyfooting, garbage. It pisses me off. They ruined the whole thing. And unless like I'm still gonna watch it if they make a sequel because I can't believe this is what they're going for now. But even the ending of the clear card, they ended it in a cliffhanger that doesn't make sense. Everything there's no explanation of anything. I don't know, man. They fucking ruined it for me. So in my heart, like the original is still the best of the best. But I didn't wait 20 years to get this sequel, unless they make a like they build upon it and still make because it's still ongoing. Like the manga is ongoing and they still have more stuff to go about. Well, fuck, man. You didn't have to ruin it. You really didn't. What studio made Green Green? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm already in a fucking pissed off mood. So, Studio Matrix. Let's see what garbage they did. Oh, can you believe they only made Green Green? Look at that. Yeah, probably better call it quit after that garbage. Um, and surprisingly, it's their better show. Can't wait to see what this piece of shit is. The Eternal Aziria sounds absolutely awful, and I don't want to watch it. There you go. This is one angry Canadian. Dude, I'm seriously pissed off. Let's talk about Green Green while we're at it. Green Green is a hentai. Well, I mean, they turned it into a hentai. Probably because it was the only way to salvage this piece of garbage. Green Green. I'm getting lightheaded. Green Green is bad, my dude. So bad. That's your worst studio now. I mean, I can't really rip on a studio that made two shows, like two animes. Green Green, Ultimate Girls. Yeah, Ultimate Girls and like this other no name thing. Anyway, that being said, I am gonna wrap up this week's live stream. Thank you so much for everyone who came to join the craziness that was this week. Whatever the fuck we did, it was mostly me hanging out with chat. Uh, it's usually an excuse just for that. Thank you so much for everyone who gave me donations. That always helped the channel grow. So I appreciate it. I'm sorry it ended on such a sour note of me just being pissed, but I still have other stuff to wrap up. So thank you so much for swinging by, and I hope I can see you next week, same time, same place. I will be around, and I'll see you guys next time.